Factoring trinomials is one of the important concepts in algebra, and I'm going to show you how to factor trinomials with a leading coefficient of 1 using the x method. So let's get started. If we have x squared plus x minus 90, you start by putting an x here. Write down the constant, which is negative 90 in this case, at the top. The coefficient of x, which is 1, at the bottom. You always take the constant at the top and the coefficient of x at the bottom. Now we have to find the factors of this number, which is at the top, which adds to give you the number at the bottom. So the factors of negative 90 are negative 9 and 10. Now, if you add them, you get a 1. If you multiply them, you get a negative 90. Now, here are the factors. X minus 9 and x plus 10. Now, if you're not sure, you can check your work by multiplying these two binomials. X minus 9, x plus 10. So, you know, x times x is x squared. X times 10 is 10x. 9 times x is 9x. Negative 9 times 10 is negative 90. So that gives you x squared. 10x minus 9x is 1x minus 90, and which is what we had. Let's move on to the next one. N squared minus n minus 56. So we always have to start by putting an x whenever the leading coefficient is 1. Now we need factors of the constant, which is negative 56, that adds to negative 1, the coefficient of n. We know the factors of negative 56 are negative 8 and 7. Negative 8 times 7 is negative 56. Negative 8 plus 7 is negative 1. So your factors are n minus 8 and n plus 7. Okay, let's do another problem. Two x squared plus 32x plus 128. You might be thinking that the coefficient of x squared is not a 1 in this case. But if you look at the numbers 2, 32, and 128, they are all multiples of 2. So the first thing that you need to do while you are factoring is take out the common factor outside the parentheses. So in this case, the greatest common factor is 2. So if you take the 2 out, you are left with x squared plus 2 times 16 gives you a 32. So it's 16x plus 2 times 64 gives you a 128. You got the factors. You see this trinomial? It has a leading coefficient of 1. Now let's draw our x. We need factors of 64 that adds to give you 16. Okay, 16. We can use 8 and 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 plus 8 is 16. So now the factors of this trinomial are, you bring down the 2, and we have x plus 8 and x plus 8. Now let's do one more problem. X squared plus 4x plus 24. Okay, let's draw our x. We need factors of 24 that gives us negative 4 when we add or subtract. Now, do we have any factors of 24 that gives us a negative 4 when we add? Okay, I can't think of any numbers, any set of numbers that gives us a -4 when we add for the factors of 24. Let's try. 1 times 24. These two numbers won't give you a -4 when you add or subtract. Let's try 2 times 12. That won't give you a -4. 3 times 8. We won't get a -4. Then we have 4 times 6. That won't give you a -4. Now if we move on, we end up with the same factors because 6 times 4 is the next pair, and then you'll get 8 times 3, then 12 times 2, then 24 times 1. We get the same pairs again, and none of these pairs give us a -4 when we add or subtract the numbers. So in that case, you say this trinomial is a prime trinomial.